I was just looking at my face in the video to decide which angle is the best one. I didn't like any of them, and I thought, well, does this mean I'm not going to make any more walking videos? So I pressed record. The last 2 months, I think I've aged about 40 years, but I know it'll come off me. My body's also not enjoyed the experience. I got a new top. I think it's probably going to make noise now on the video, so maybe I'll stop to talk in a minute. So it's Stephen's Day, St. Stephen's Day, or if you're in the UK, it's Boxing Day. Never knew why boxing. You put all of your presents that you don't want into a box, put them in the bin. Yesterday was Christmas Day, and yesterday was the first time in my life that I didn't want a present. I really didn't. Having all my children home, having my mother over for dinner, that was a gift. Yeah, maybe I'll stop walking here. Walking is a gift because I've had an injury, and so I'm noticing my body wants to walk faster, my brain wants to walk faster. My heart has to remind them both to slow down. So making the video is good. So thank you very much. What did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about how the collective consciousness is rising. How we're all talking more about things we've never talked about before. I said to my mother yesterday, the reason why the earth isn't flat is because if it was, all the cats would be lining up at the edge, pushing things off. But I don't think it's round. I don't think it's flat either. I think all of this is what we want it to be. So if you think it's round, it is round. If you think it's flat, it is flat. If you think it's a toroidal field, it is a toroidal field. And maybe if you think this is all a matrix in a game, then it is. But we're choosing our level of consciousness, and we're moving up and down between the levels. I watched A Wonderful Life yesterday. It's Christmas Day favourite. And in A Wonderful Life, he basically accuses the empire of overcharging and making everybody slaves in a cattle pen who voluntarily offer themselves up to die. That's what he said. They cut their own necks. And I'm sitting there realizing that movie is incredible and how there's so much in it, and how Mark Atwood has been saying that we're all the sheep who voluntarily line up to be killed. It was always there in front of you, you just never saw. 1949, I think, 1946, that movie was filmed. And Alf, 20 years old now this year, I had to watch it. That's one of my favorites. And I cried, and I've seen that film 100 times, and I was crying at the end. And I asked myself, why am I crying at the end of Alf? And I realized it was because of collective consciousness. The whole piece at the end, Santa, his sleigh fell into Central Park because nobody believed in him. He needed to have a motor on his sleigh because belief didn't bring Santa. Now, let's not get into what Santa is, because I probably have different ideas than you. But I cried because everybody started to believe that Santa existed, and Santa's sleigh existed. He rose. That's my point. The collective belief has to change. I saw myself crying, and I'm like, why am I crying? And I said, because I'm hopeful that people will see sense and start to believe that we're not sheep lining up to die, that we don't have to live like that, that it doesn't matter if the stars in the sky are balls of water, UFOs, or actual planets, or if there's two suns or not, and why the moon keeps hopping around. It doesn't matter. Do you know, in the grand scheme of things, if the Elohim are good or bad, if angels are good or bad, I'm telling you, they're both. That's my point. I'm making this video to spread awareness of choice. You know, and if we as a collective can start to believe something else, then we will see it. I made a video there the other day, the last video I made, I said, I'd love to be able to just see what's there instead of seeing what I'm believing, because we're conditioned so much, we don't even know what we believe, to the point that we could watch A Wonderful Life for how many years, and not realize that George Bailey is saying that we're all cattle in a pen, invited to slit our own throats. You know, and it's not, oh, it's a higher timeline, it's a different timeline version, it's the Nelson Mandela effect. No, he said that. He said that, and we didn't hear. And we're still not, you know, okay, I'm going to change how I hold my belief in humanity, and I want you to do that too. They're not mostly all asleep. It's the media are telling you that they're mostly asleep. You know, so start being yourself completely in front of everybody you meet, no matter who they are, because authenticity and truth are the highest frequency right now, and we need to spread more of that. And just before I go, speaking of spreading more of that, I met my stepmother a week or two ago, and she told me that somebody told her that the BBC was corrupt, trying to brainwash people, was evil and nasty. She told me that someone else told her this, and she's obviously been thinking about it, and she obviously knew that I felt that that was also true. So people are waking up. So let's shift collective belief. We do not have to live the way they tell us to live. I haven't been for years. And with that, we can ring in a chaotic and incredible 2024, where the chaos is because we are the disruptors. You know, everyone's saying, oh, 2024 is going to be horrific, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be chaotic. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be the most incredible year we ever had as a species, because the collective belief is at a tipping point. And just you watching this video and spreading the thoughts and being yourself is what tips it over into our side of the fence, so to speak. And the chaos comes from the disruption when we all say, no more, no more. I'm telling you, I sat around the Christmas table and I looked at my children and my mother, and I just couldn't speak and I couldn't eat. I was filled with such love because I'm in the moment. That's how we need to live now. When you're in the moment, the present, the gift is the moment itself, and I'm never going to forget that. Live that way. Believe that we are free, and start acting like it and start telling people they're free, and that will be what will be to come. The best is yet to come. So I'm sending you out so much love, and I hope the sound recorded on this video, and maybe the next time I see you all I'll look 40 years younger. Bye.